What is up, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another vlog. So I think it is time that I finally tell you guys what are my plans for the Nissan 370Z Nismo. But before we go ahead and do that, excuse the noise in the background, we got the dogs playing in the back. But before we go ahead and do that, I wanted to give you guys like a little small Easter egg, a little hint for not next video, but it's gonna be the video after that, most likely. We had a package sent out. Almost stepped on one of them. We got a package sent out. We're actually partnering up with a company, and I'm really excited about it because it's something that I can honestly use. Let's give you guys a hint. I do it a lot on the channel, so it's something that can help out with that. But again, that's just an Easter egg. That's just like a little hint for something in the future that I will be showing on the channel. And the thing is, the cool thing about it is, literally each and every one of you guys can actually benefit off of it. So I think that's like the awesome thing about that. But more of that in about a week or two. All right guys, so sadly both cars are actually going to be gone tomorrow. So starting with the ST, like you guys know the problem that we've been having. So we dropped that car off in the morning to go get fixed. Hopefully, should be. I don't see why they couldn't. We got to cover it because, you know, this literally since I've gotten back, the car has pretty much been sitting. Kind of don't really want to drive it, even though the problem is not really too bad. It's only when you start up, the car drives fine, but I just want everything to be perfect. Another reason why it's sitting too is because after getting the Nismo, I realized that there's stuff on this car that I need to fix because it really bugged me when I got it back. Like, for one, I've been complaining about it for like weeks now, you guys know, is the suspension. Like, I need to fix the dampening settings on the air ride because it's just like, it's too bouncy. Like, I set it right in the middle of bouncy and stiff, and it's literally that. Like, it's stiff but like bouncy, but it's too bouncy. So I'm gonna pull it more to the stiff side, but we'll get into that once I get the car back and it's like at 100%. So that's going forward tomorrow. And then at 8, which is at 8 in the morning, and then at 10 we got to take the Nismo back to CarMax because they're going to be fixing the little imperfection that we have on the bumper right there. And then I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but the axles are actually clicking. It's either the axle or the diff, and I looked it up, and apparently it's a well-known problem with the 370s. And they were saying something about how I guess you gotta grease the axle or whatever. So we're taking it back to CarMax so that they can fix that. But yeah, so literally I'm gonna be stuck with one car again tomorrow. And who knows, I'm pretty sure I'll get that back same day, but who knows when I'll get this car back. But let's go ahead and go give you guys a little insight on what's to come for this car. Little cold start. I love how when you press the start button, this car like has a delay to start. I don't know why I like that, but it's just like something small that I like about this car. So by the time you guys are watching this video, the RW Brand Collection website is probably launched again. I kind of took it off for a little bit because I wanted to kind of work on the website a little bit. I wanted to figure out what exactly I was going to do as far as product, and I finally decided that I'm just going to offer a jet tag and a t-shirt for now, just to kind of like get comfortable with everything and kind of know like the whole process of how everything goes. So just until I get comfortable, and then I'll start like releasing more product. But this is gonna be actually the shirt I stick on the seatbelt so you guys can see. So you've seen it before on the channel. I wear it a lot and I've actually introduced it. But the RW brand just says RW brand. It's black and white. It's probably my favorite shirt. It's simple. I like it. It stands out. So it's that. And then we're gonna be offering jet tags. So you guys probably can't see, it's probably a mirror, but on the one side it says established 2020. The ST and established is gonna be red, and it's gonna kind of be a tribute for the ST. And then on the other side it says RW brand, and then RW is gonna be in red, obviously, because RW. So by the time you guys are watching this, is probably live, so go check it out and cop some merch. Even though this car is on a stock exhaust, I don't know if it's because of the intakes, but like when you actually give it some juice, like it actually has like a little rumble to it. Let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, see, honestly, this car, honestly, it's pretty quick. Like, it's not the fastest. The ST is probably faster, but this car is pretty quick, and because of the fact that it's naturally aspirated, it just makes it better. Like it's so crazy switching from this car to the ST, because like the ST has power, but it's not until about 5,000 RPMs, because that's when the boost kicks in. But this car, it's like almost instantly. It's crazy. Love it. So I was gonna go to the dead end, the place that we always go to talk, but I figured I'd switch it up. But this is actually my old middle school. It's funny, but here she is. Man, I love looking at this car. It never gets old, honestly. Easily one of the best cars in my opinion. One of the best cars as far as cosmetic wise. Best cars ever made. Honestly, overall, just like one of the best cars ever made. It's just a legendary car. I just love sitting back sometimes just looking at it, because in my opinion, like, it's just like, obviously people customize their cars the way they want, but this car is just, in my opinion, it's so perfect that it's just like, I don't know, obviously it's gonna change, but in my mind I'm like, what more can you do to this car to make it look more beautiful? But of course, as time goes on, you always find things to do. So I wanted to make this video because I know some of you guys are a little, not confused, but just like wondering, like, what are the plans for it? Because you're like, yeah, this is a sick car, it's clean, the paint job's like hella sick, this and that, but like, what are your plans? So that's kind of why I wanted to make this video. So before I even got the car, I was of course doing research on it, like what, as far as power mods, like what could the engine handle, as far as cosmetics, like what is available for this car. And I can tell you guys right now, just being honest with you, my main goal for this car is to turbocharge it. Like, that's literally like one of the reasons why I wanted this car so bad, is because of the fact that you can literally boost this car and on a stock engine make about 600 horsepower, like, reliably, which is crazy in my opinion. So of course it's easier said than done, but that's literally like my main objective for this car. So the car looks sick how it is. Tinted the windows. That was my first mod, as you guys saw in the last video. And I love how the car comes with the Nismo wheels. That was literally one of the must-haves when I was looking for a Nismo, is it has to come with the Nismo wheels, because there's definitely Nismos out there that you can buy that don't come with the Nismo wheels, but that was a must-have for me. Like, it has to come with the Nismo wheels. That's like a legendary piece to this car. But yeah, literally my main objective for this car is to turbocharge it. Now, if you guys know, like all my Z-boys, you know that it's not cheap. It's really not. Like, to get a kit for this car is gonna be around like 8 grand. So obviously it's gonna take some time, because the car itself took some pennies to get. There's not really much cosmetics that I want to do. I mean, I don't think I want a carbon hood. Honestly, the carbon fenders would be sick on here, so I might end up getting those. The carbon mirrors, probably not. I'm still debating if I want to paint the roof black like the ST. I'm still debating that. I might do it, I don't know. I'm still deciding. I've been fighting with that. They do offer this wing in carbon. I don't know if I want to do that, because I'm pretty sure this wing comes apart just like the ST. So if I were to buy the if I were to buy the wing in carbon, I'd leave the top carbon, and then I'd get this paint match, like the bottom. Of course, getting exhaust. I'm still trying to decide what exhaust I want. I'm pretty sure some of you were confused why I ended up throwing the stock Nismo exhaust on it. It's because the old one that was on here wasn't the Nismo muffler. That was one reason why I wanted to get a new one, because these tips are huge. The other ones were hideous. Another reason why is because the other muffler was it was rattling. It was like literally like you close the door, it'd rattle. You start the car, let it idle, it'd rattle. So I wanted to get rid of that, but I do want an aftermarket exhaust. But for the time being, I mean, come on now, I only paid 60 bucks for that muffler. So for the time being, I threw that on. But I do want an exhaust. I just don't know which one I want. And I heard a Tome for the first time the other day. It sounded amazing, but only thing I can't do the single exit, man. Literally have one single exit coming out of that end or that end. It's most likely gonna come out of that end, and then just have that end empty, like no tip, no nothing. Like that's I don't know. I think that looks funny. So I would love the Tome, but they don't offer it in a dual exit, only a single. And I think that's what they're known for, but it's just not my style. But nonetheless, the exhaust sounds amazing. The wheels, I can tell you the wheels are going to stay on here. I'm not getting new wheels. I'm not doing it. These wheels, I've been in love with these wheels before I even fell in love with the car itself. People throw these wheels on like everything, like the G37, the Q50s, like they throw them on there. Even like the regular 350s, they throw them on there. So I've been in love with these wheels. I've always thought they were the best stock looking wheels to be offered, one of the best. So yeah, I'm not getting rid of the wheels, but what I will do is I'm gonna switch up the specs a little bit. So these are 285s in the rears, the fronts are 245s. I plan on going 305, at least 305s, but I want to stretch for 325s to kind of bring the wheel out a little bit. To me, it's not the worst in the world, but it could be a little bit better. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I believe the wheels in the back are wide by 10 or 10 and a half. So I'm gonna try to fit about 325s in the rears, and then I'm gonna jump up here and put about 285s in the fronts, and that's give it a little bit more fitment. I do want to lower it just a little bit. The fronts is kind of sort of what it's not sitting well with me. It's like 3 fingers. That's way too much, and even then with 3 fingers I still have, so it's about 3.5 fingers. And the rears I'm not really complaining about. The rear is about 2.5 fingers. So I mean that's not too bad, but I do want to lower the front a little bit, but obviously I'm not going to just buy suspension for the front. So I'll probably lower the back, I'd say maybe 1.5 inches, and I'll probably lower the front about 2.5 inches. So with that being said, I most likely will get coilovers for this car. Shout out to one of you guys, because I didn't know that the stock Nismo suspension was red. So shout out to whoever said it. That was some good knowledge right there to know. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, that's what I say now, but then as time goes on, I find more things I want to do to the car. But as far as interior goes, I think the only thing that I want to change, that doesn't really bother me now, but I eventually want to change, are these seats. So I do want the ones that are offered in the newer Nismos, the Ricardo seats. I really want to get those for this car. I think that would look pretty sick. I'll probably eventually change out the stereo. The aux cord is kind of getting a little old, but it's not really a rush right now. That's something that could be done in the future. It's not really like a necessity right now, but that's pretty much it. Steering wheel, I thought about it, but I kind of don't like the aftermarket steering wheels. Like the carbon fiber is cool, but I just don't like how bulky that they make the steering wheel look. It's like more like, I don't know, aggressive. I don't know. If somebody can make me a stock Z steering wheel but in carbon fiber, 100% would buy. 100%. But I mean, that's pretty much everything I have planned for this car. This is one of the best stock looking cars to be sold. You can't argue with me about it. You can't. This is literally one of the best stock looking cars to be sold. You can't you just can't argue with me about it, man.
Listen.